Ojude Oba, an Asian festival celebrated on the third day of the Eid al-Adha in Ijebu, Ogun State, southwest Nigeria, was held on Sunday with a glamour and splendor which has become synonymous with the festival. Arise international correspondent Adefemi Akinsanya, who is also a proud daughter of the soil, anchored Arise News coverage of this year's edition and sent in this report as a teaser before Arise News premieres its hour-long special this weekend. Here is the report.
When a seed is sown, it's hoped a healthy crop will grow. With enough nurturing, development, and a bit of fortune, that one crop can become an abundant stream of sustenance and cultural exchange. That is the nature of the 2025 edition of Ojude Oba, from something small to the biggest spectacle to date.
The Yoruba culture will still continue. Our culture will not die.
We are going to rock it. Oh, can you see them? Can you see? Can you now feel what I'm feeling?
So what is Ojude Oba? Well, the words loosely translate in English to mean the king's forecourt. It's a festival that dates back to the 19th century during the reign of Awujale Afidipote. Celebrated on the third day of Eid al-Adha, it began as a gesture of gratitude from Muslim converts who were allowed to practice their faith freely. But over time, it's evolved into a grand celebration that includes various cultural and religious groups, transcending its Islamic origins to become a unifying event for all Ijebu people. The venue for the festival has undergone an unmissable renovation, from new seats across the stadium to the new enclosed pavilion, the red carpet, the development of major roads in the ancient city of Ijebu-Ode have all made the grounds fit for a king, literally.
Ojude Oba has gone beyond an Ijebu-Ode festival. It has become a festival of international repute, attracting our sons and daughters and visitors from all over the world. And we're indeed very proud as a state that we've managed to evolve to this level. Ogun State has been known as the industrial capital of Nigeria because we have more industries here than in any other state. We've been known to be the education capital of Nigeria because we have more secondary schools, more universities than any other state in Nigeria. But now, we are now known to be the culture capital of Nigeria. Take, for example, what we did with the National Sports Festival. For us, it went beyond sports. It was a celebration of our revered culture and tradition and history. And that's exactly what's happening here today. Ojude Oba is connecting our history, not just to today, but to the future. And we must continue to endeavor to ensure that we do this everywhere in the country.
The Awujale of Ijebu land, 91-year-old Alayeluwa Obasikiru Kayode Adetono, is the reason for this all. Due to him being indisposed, Awujale was unable to attend in person, but he was ably represented by Olorogun Dr. Sonny Kuku.
It's an opportunity to pay homage to our revered Kabiyesi, who has done very well for us. Then thereafter, it unites all the Ijebus. And thirdly, which is selfish, it was my great-grandfather that started the Ojude Oba Festival. And it's so beautiful that 150 years later, it's still going.
An epitome of style and grace, Olori Kemi Adetono was representing the highest echelons of Ijebu royalty.
Ojude Oba is a fantastic anniversary for all, not only for the Ijebu. So saying it's getting bigger and bigger every year is an understatement. because everyone wants to participate. Even people in diaspora, they want to be part of it. So we are trying our best to make it, to an international level. So we can compare with Notting Hill Carnival and, all other carnival in the world.
Now let's take a moment for the fashion, which did not disappoint. From ashoke to damask, velvet to lace, the colours, textures and designs have contributed to the ever-growing appeal of the festival.
But you know what really makes Nigeria tick, what makes us so different, is because of the culture. To be here, to witness this beautiful rainbow of cultures is really something that makes me proud to be a Nigerian. We are really looking forward, as an Muslim, I've spoken about it many times before, leveraging and trying to tap into what is abound within the culture to see how we can empower our people, how we can grow the economy, how we can boost domestic tourism, and how we can create unity. Look at me standing here in my Eba regalness in the middle of Ojude land. And what does that mean? That just means the brilliance of Nigeria. It just means unity.
One of the festival's main attractions is the parade of age groups, known as Regbe. These groups each represent different 3-year age categories. They dress in elaborate attire and perform traditional dances to honor the Awujale.
What we do is every year we have a committee. The committee will go, today we have a fantastic member, one of us. His name is Abiodun Oreyi. He's a fantastic guy with his team. They come out with this outfit for us, and at the end of the day, everybody loves it.
Yeah, I believe so, because we have numbers, and our outfit, we complement it with walking stick, which is make us unique. And I believe because we have the number and we are well coordinated in marching, and I believe we are going to win it.
Once the parade is over, the groups return to their seats, and then in come the Baloguns, the descendants of warlords, and a wider procession of horse riders.
I'm from Southern California originally. I came here to see my family. And for this event specifically, I love it. It's so rich, it's so lively, it's chaotic. But that's family, that's culture, that's life. I will definitely be returning again. I was definitely inspired by all the coverage from last year and how rich the culture is, my culture is. And I'm going to bring it back to the US, and I want to bring that here as well.
From Balogun Kuku to Adeshoye to Ojunuga to Shote, they were remarkably represented. And speaking of representation, the great-grandson of the longest reigning Balogun of Ijebu-land, Prince Adedoyin Alatishe, has spearheaded the zest and appeal to a younger and international audience. He's also tactfully been able to leverage his expert knowledge of the festival in order to bring multinational companies into the fold as sponsors. With some 1,500 members of the Alatishe family, all cladded in their vibrant uniform, they gathered at the family home, prepared their horses before setting off to the palace. Arise News' hour-long special for Ojude Oba will dig deeper into this side of the modernization. Its long-term partners Glow, who shared 6,000 bags of rice at the festival, as well as the local economy and how the people of Ijebu-Ode feel about Ojude Oba. But for now, enjoy the beauty of Ijebu culture. Adefemi Akisanya, Arise News, Ijebu-Ode.
Us now, live from Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State, is Adefemi Akinsanya. Eweso Omalane. Eweso Omalane.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, monkey now. Good morning.
How are you? Well, quickly.
Good morning, good morning. Okay.
What's the theme for this year's festival? Usually there is a theme. And then, of course, if we will just have a shout out to the sponsors. There are usually sponsors who are part of the festival. And we keep having more sponsors, every year. Those two things.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, when looking at the themes, it's usually that of unity and culture. That was definitely emblazoned on all of the different markings that we saw in the lead up to the festival and then the festival itself. So definitely looking at culture and unity. And then thank you very much for the reminder for our sponsors, or the sponsors rather, for the festival. Primarily that of Glow. Glow did partner with Arise News when it comes to the coverage of certain aspects of the festival. And then obviously Arise News for the first time really took the initiative to deploy a huge team to cover the entire festival from start to finish, from lots of different angles, and that's what you'll be able to see in the hour-long special that will come later on this week. But we did want to, of course, the morning after, show a few clips here and there of what we were able to see and really showcase this culture which has continued to grow over the centuries, over the past decades, and especially in the last few years with younger generations of Eleshin families, of Balogun families, really bringing in people from the diaspora and really giving it a very international feel. So it was such a marvel to be there. Proud once again of my hometown to see what a great spectacle that they put on. We're in the heart of the rainy season, but it did not rain at all yesterday, so that was something to be proud of.
Very wonderful, something to be proud of as an Ijebu man, but most importantly, I'm Nigerian first. One other thing I would like to ask you is the felt economy. I know Ijebu Ode very well. I've been in and around Ijebu Ode and Odogbolo and other parts. What was the economy like?
Yeah.
What was the economy like for those that were selling robo? You know robo? Those that were selling akara on the streets, and those that were selling our favorite Ijebu snack called ojojo. What was the economy like for them?
Thank you. So if we break down, thank you so much for asking me about the local economy. When we break this down, which we will go into further detail during the 1 hour report, but definitely this is a great time for local businesses here, and that's across different echelons of industry. So if we first look at hospitality, every single hotel in Ijebu Ode, its surrounding areas, has been completely sold out. The lion's share of a lot of businesses in this area make the bulk of their income over this 3-day period, full stop. So a lot of that has definitely been able to re-emerge and put back into the local economy here. A lot of foreign direct investment, a lot of local investment in the hospitality space. So that's one. If we break down hospitality then to look at, people who are hawking on the street, people who are selling street food, they also were able to reap the benefits of a huge crowd of people coming in. So that is people who are selling soft drinks, selling water, selling snacks, all of the snacks that you mentioned. Now, I do want to say that when we're looking at entering the stadium itself or the palace grounds, security was very tight. It usually is, because what they want is for people, especially the Regbe, to have the comfort of having the pavilions filled. They can do their carnival and then all of the horses come in. That's when it gets very chaotic. But what we were able to do is see that once the formal carnival had ended and the horses started coming in, then a lot more people from the local areas were able to come in and start selling. So you had things like, ice creams and popsicles and local drinks being served, local snacks being served, because that is, as you can see in the report, there is literally no space, not in the stands, not in the ground, not in the pavilion. So there is a lot of money to be made. And as I said, we'll get into that a lot more. The people of Ijebu Ode are always proud to be host of the Ojude Oba festival. But when we're looking about how people can benefit financially from what is happening around them, that continues to be the case over and over again. So absolutely, the industries for hospitality are leading the pack. But then when we're talking about this on a wider scale, in terms of the people who fly in specifically for the Ileya period, we already know that airline tickets, they do hike their prices up, especially if you're coming from the United Kingdom, coming from the United States, because they know that there's always going to be the demand of Nigerians in the diaspora returning to the country. So then that brings out the wider issue of aviation and ticket fares and the pricings that is happening. So if we're looking at this specifically, within this town, definitely hospitality lead the pack when it comes to reaping the benefits of so many people coming over for such a short time.
Well, I can't wait for all of the economic analysts to come together and do the economic impact report of the sports festival, Ileya overall, and of course, Ojude Oba as well. Very quickly, just in one sentence, Who won? We need to know. Did the King of Steez retain his title, or how did that go? Who was the winner?
What I will tell you is that the King of Steez, Mr. Farouk Aragba, he was very, very popular. As soon as his horses entered in, the entire crowd started screaming. And so you saw all of that prowess. And then even afterwards on the streets of Ijebu, it seems like a normal town now. But last night, he was on his horse throughout, and every time anyone saw him, there were screams, there were hailings. Not just him, Balogun Latishe, Balogun Kuku too. So they're definitely, the winners will be shared amongst them.
Well, thank you very much, Adefemi. And, you know, I like your patriotism, your sense of identity as a proud Ijebu girl. Well done.
Yes.